Hey again. Okay, we've been making some progress with the bug. Made a few changes, made a few mistakes. So I'll just run over where we're at, what we've done. That whole fuse box configuration didn't work that well and properly, and I didn't like it anyway, so I ended up changing it. I went and got the master fuse box out of the internal one anyway. The under the bonnet one was already gone. But that goes with the steering wheel. And I then put a set of 4 Ford relay mounts. I don't like mounting separate relays because then every time you change a relay you're at risk of putting the wires on wrong. When you got the plugs, it just makes it easy. You just pull the relay out, swap it over, no issues. So I've since learned you can actually buy these relay plugs. What I mean by the plug is the bottom piece that holds the wires. So you can actually buy them separately. JCar got them. So yeah, and I had to buy a flasher for my LED indicators, which I mounted there. I've also got another relay. I've got a horn, used a horn relay in there for the tail lights. So yeah, the relays are the tail lights, horn, driving lights, low beam, high beam, and that's a flash unit. I've had a little bit of issue hooking up these lights. I've got most of them working, bar the engine, like the generator light and the oil light, I haven't got working yet. I think I know what the issue is with that, so we'll get to that. The other thing that's not working is the wiper motor, the Mazda one, which is here. I have made mounts, which I think I've already shown you, for that to hook up to it. But yeah, obviously something I haven't got right, because it only works on full speed. So yeah, and in that, or in the switch, it's got a box with diodes and things, so I hope the switch isn't actually having a problem. I hope I've just got some wires hooked up wrong or something that I can fix without having to spend any more money. But anyway, we'll get to that. I've still got to make something in here now to hold the spare tyre. There'll be a riser bracket from here to here, so it's not flopping around in the thing. I better actually see that it's going to fit under the bonnet. I think I've got enough room. So yeah. Okay, we've got the doors on. Both doors. I'm not totally happy with the gaps on the other side. This one's sort of reasonable. A bit more open at the bottom than the top, but yeah, I'm happy with that. We'll get away with that. Okay. Inside, we've begun with the roof lining. There is creases in that. This is from when it's rolled up, but I've used this on my Ford, and then actually the heat, a couple of hot days and the creases will go out, and so I could always take to it with a heat gun or a hairdryer anyway and get rid of them. Yeah, done it a little differently to what most people do. I just glued this to the roof. This is a foam backed proper roof lining. I can't do the sides yet because I've got to get something to go under these clips could order the proper ones. They're $13 a piece, which probably means buying 4 of them, but I don't really like the original setup anyway. It has this rubber piece that sort of comes out here, so I'm just going to find something else that I can glue the vinyl to and stick underneath these clamps. So okay, we had a mishap. I've got the engine cover there. I think I've shown you that already. That's finished, ready to go on. Just needs, I'll put a little bit of rubber underneath the cage where it sits so it's not banging around, but that's basically finished. Okay, I did have a mishap. I reversed into the chassis of my panel. I'll show you quickly. That was parked out here behind me and I ran straight into the front of it. And it's the issue with not having mirrors on it yet. And, well, this bug didn't come out with a left-hand side mirror anyway, so yeah, I probably still would have run into it anyway, even if I did have the original setup. But yeah, anyway, so I've now got to repair a guard. And I've also decided that I don't like the lights, the tail lights, the tail lights and the reversing lights. And I'm going to build a trailer for this in time anyway, so I'll use them on the trailer. So, yep, so I'm taking them off, and what I'm doing now is I'm refitting the tail lights, the originals. The other one's okay. This one had majorly rusted. This whole piece along the bottom was rusted. The bit that actually holds the glass, the brass piece, was just holding in. There's just enough metal to keep it in place, so I just welded around that. Put a new piece on the bottom. And yeah, because I've cut, so your guard originally came right out here, down here, and the lights were down here somewhere. And yeah, because I've cut that up off, I folded it over. I can no longer put them where I used to put them, where they were supposed to go. The other thing I've had to do is cut off the bolts and drill out the holes, because that stops you from getting it in place. When you don't have holes to put it into, it stops it from sitting down. So I've actually cut and drilled them. I'll put some other bolts in it. And yeah, because it's going up higher, it didn't fit the guard anymore. It's a different angle, different curve. So what I've done here is I've used a straight edge to run parallel with the guard. And then I've brought that in, drew pencil lines to where I want to position the light. And you sort of got to guess a little bit with the light, because the outer surface of the light isn't straight anyway, so you sort of keep a similar gap top and bottom, so it's basically straight. And also I'll put a ruler onto the cage here, just so I've got a reference point, and do a line so I know where I'll sit it. And these, I said, because it's a different curvature, they didn't fit the curvature anymore, so I've since been cutting and adjusting these so they fit. I've got them fairly close now. There's just a little bit here. It's still rocking a little bit at the bottom, so yeah. I've used a cutting blade to cut it off, and then I'm finishing it with a flap disc, just taking off a little bit at a time. And let's see the markings there where I've gone around it. What I've done is can't actually show you properly, but you get the marker, you sit it, you sit tail right there, and you put your marker on there, and you just draw it along like that, and that then gives the, you know, because when I first put it on, you know, it was touching here, and there was a 1/2 inch gap here, so you run it down like that, and that gives you a line with your curvature. And yeah, I had to go over that 3 or 4 times, and as I said, you can see I've already marked the line there, so I've got a little bit more to grind off here, and then that'll match. I'll have to do a similar thing on the other side. I think what I'll do is the curvature should be fairly similar. So I'll take some paper templates off these, transfer that onto the other side, and then do the same thing again, match it in. What I don't know at the moment is whether I'm going to have clearance for the bulbs, because I've cut very little off the ends. The ends are pretty much the same, but in the middle here I'll cut close to an inch. On both sides here, in the middle here, and here is close to an inch going. So I don't know if I've got enough room now for the bulbs to hit the guards. I may have to cut holes in the guards now to allow the bulb sockets to fit through, which then means I have to protect them in some way, either put rubber sockets over the bulbs or make another inside cover or something. But anyway, we'll get to that when we get to it. So, yeah, and I'll make a paper template now running up against here, so I can reference it on the other side and keep them the same. Yeah, that's after a pair of the den I made. Yeah, anyway, them's the brakes. Shit happens like that. No, it happens to me anyway. But yeah, it's come along. As I showed you before, I wasn't happy with this, still not happy with this. These are a couple of welds. I'm going to try grinding, they're going to come down. Yeah, better mills. I'll probably grind a little bit off, and I'll probably have to putty that a little bit more as well. And same on the front, where it didn't match the bonnet, wasn't happy with it, so I'll do it again. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what we're up to. Thanks for watching. Bye.